I am so excited about today, and this morning I made myself a little bit of just a tiny little breakfast. In the mornings lately, if you can tell with my nose, I have just been very clogged in the morning and it kind of makes my stomach upset. So I've been just kind of eating a little bit of a meal just to get something in my system, but not something that's too much. But today we are going for our 20-week ultrasound. So I am so excited to share it with you guys later on when we go to the appointment. If I can get a little bit of a behind the scenes, I will. But like 20 weeks is a big deal. We only had one other ultrasound so far to see the baby. So like 20 weeks is like the big one where, they measure everything. They look at the baby's head. They make sure just like everything is where it should be. And we also could find out the gender of the baby. I have left that up to my husband because we have kind of been wishy-washy with maybe we don't want to know, but then maybe we do want to know. So I am more leaning to the part that I want to know, and he is more leaning to the part where he's unsure. So we pretty much decided that when we go today, when they ask, would you like to know the gender of the baby, he's just kind of go yes or no in that moment, which is perfectly fine by me. I, don't really care either way if it's a boy or a girl. Either way, I will love our child no matter what. It would be nice though, to find out, what we're having, just because when we go to Walmart and stuff like that, I have been starting to look at baby clothes and everything, even though me and my husband have a rule that we are not buying anything until after April, like in the beginning of April and into the month of April, we'll start buying things just because my baby shower will be at the end of March. So we'll see what we get from that. And then after that, we can start buying clothes and all that stuff because our baby will be born in the summer in June. So I want to wait until like some of the summer clothes are out just so then I can kind of stock up on that. Right now is more like the winter clothing. So once it gets a little bit warmer and they start putting out those clothes for spring, summer, then we'll be able to snatch it up. But if we knew if it was a boy or a girl, it'd be kind of easier just to specifically get clothes for either or. But we are super excited. We decided that even if we find out the gender, we will tell our families what it is, but the name we will keep to ourselves until the baby is born. I have a name picked out for both a girl and a boy already, so that is not an issue. I think we just want to keep it private just between us. But I am super excited about this. I can't wait to see our little bundle of joy again. It's like crazy because when you get pregnant, you don't realize that like ultrasound wise, you only have like a few ultrasounds and you don't see the baby that often. I think most of the time you're just going to the doctor and you're hearing the heartbeat and they're telling you, oh, the heartbeat is at this and that's, where it should be at this point. So a lot of the times you aren't necessarily seeing the baby. So these times when you get to go in and you actually get to like see the baby and all that stuff is just like such a neat thing, and I am super excited about it. So I am actually going to stop chatting with you guys this morning, eat my breakfast, enjoy the rest of my morning, because shortly, in a short amount of time, I'll be heading to work. So got to eat and get ready to go, and then I will talk to you guys later on when we go to head to our ultrasound appointment. Hello guys, happy afternoon. I just got home from work. Like I think I told you guys, maybe I didn't. Right now I'm only working 6 hours a day at work because my sciatica pain has been really bad, and after standing on my feet for like so long, I have to sit down and just relax. So I only work 6 hours a day. But I am home. It is around noon. I am going to go back and pick up Ken at 1:30. Before I pick him up around 1, I'm going to leave here and go get us some McDonald's, because that'll be kind of like our dinner since we're going to be out so late. I'm not entirely sure how long this ultrasound is going to take, and he didn't necessarily eat lunch, so he's going to be hungry, and usually by like 3 o'clock we eat anyways, because we've been going to bed so early. So I think I always try to like snack on something when I get home, because I eat lunch at work around like 10 a.m. So by like the time I usually go pick up Ken, I am starving. So I usually snack in between, you know, being at home relaxing and then going back and getting him. But since I'm going back and getting him so soon and we're going to be eating, I'm just going to relax for a little bit on the couch, then leave around 1 and go get his food, and then pick him up. Whew, that's a lot of words. And then we'll be on our way to the ultrasound. I am so excited. And like I said this morning, I'm excited, but I'm also just nervous, because you're finding out everything and you're making sure the baby is growing the way it should be. So it's exciting because we get to see our little bundle of joy, and hopefully, fingers crossed, my husband decides that he wants to know the gender, which would be really cool to find out. So hopefully all that goes, you know, how I kind of want it to go. But if we don't find out the gender and he doesn't want to know, that's perfectly fine. But I hope that our baby is doing good. I hope they are growing the way they should be, and everything comes back great. So I'm going to relax and pay attention to this little one for a little bit, because he is definitely crying at me, wanting attention. And then I will probably talk to you guys again after we get out of the ultrasound. Like I said, I'm going to try to see if I can't get video while we're inside the room. I'm going to ask them if I can take video, just also because it's our first baby and I would like to have some type of video of like behind the scenes to show them. If not, that's perfectly fine, but you can always ask and see what they say. So I'm going to relax, and I will talk to you guys probably in a couple hours. Happy Saturday, guys. I fully intended on either talking to you when we got home after our appointment or the next day, but what ended up happening is on Wednesday, I woke up with a sore throat, and then going into Thursday and Friday, it just kind of got worse. So on Friday, I ended up going to the doctor just to make sure it wasn't like strep throat, and I didn't need to get medicine and all that stuff. Found out that I do not indeed have strep throat. I don't have COVID. I don't have the flu. Like, whatever test they could do, everything came back negative. So pretty much I just got some type of virus that, you know, affected my throat, and I am still very clogged up in here, as you could probably tell by the way I'm talking and the way I sound. But I am definitely starting to feel a little bit better now, and decided that I wanted to sit down this morning and talk to you guys, since I haven't been able to, or haven't been really feeling up to doing it. So I, like I said, fully intended try to get like some type of videos when we went, but by the time we got to the doctor's, I was trying to chug my drink from McDonald's because I didn't realize I needed a full bladder. And then we got there early enough where we were just kind of sitting in the car waiting to go in. And then by the time we went in, they sent us to one side of the building, and then that person who was checking us in said, oh no, you have to go to the other side of the building. So by the time we finally got checked in and sat down, we waited for, I think we're sitting for almost 15 minutes before we were called back, which I'm assuming was just because they were behind schedule, which I completely understand. Like, at doctors, sometimes you don't get in when you're supposed to get in. So by the time we finally got in, like, they started doing everything right away. And if you haven't gone in, or you're waiting to go in for your 20-week ultrasound, like, I don't know if it's normal, but for us, we were there for like 2 hours. And it's mainly because they're checking everything. They're checking like the size of the baby, the size of their head, their arms and their legs, and how many toes they have and how many fingers they have. And they're checking, you know, I think the heart, the brain, anything that you think that they would check, they're checking, because they want to make sure that the baby is 100% healthy and there's nothing that they see growing wise that you should, like, the baby should be at a certain point at this point, and they just want to make sure that it's all good. Ooh, sorry. That it's all good. So we got in. Thank goodness I had the full bladder. They were having issues doing certain, like, things or getting certain pictures because our baby was just flip-flopping all over the place. So they had me get up and go to the bathroom to, release the bladder to see if that would help the baby move into positions they need to move in. Still, even after that, they got everything looked at besides the heart. So they were really trying to get certain areas of the heart, but our baby was literally like flipping and flopping and turning and kicking and doing all these things. And then they would finally get to the heart, and then the baby would put their arm over their chest or over their face, and it was just like a lot. So it got to a point where they stopped and had me get up and walk around because they wanted to see if walking around would get the baby to relax or go to sleep or get in a position. And then after all of that, they did end up getting another technician to come in to try to get the pictures, like the remaining pictures of what we needed. And she was actually able to. And it was just really exciting to be able to see the baby, because I don't think most people realize that you only, I think, get like 2 ultrasounds during your pregnancy. The first one we got was at 10 weeks. And that was the first time we saw our baby, and that's in the first video I shared with you guys about the first trimester. That's the first and only time we saw our baby. And then you wait until your 20-week ultrasound, and then after that, you don't see the baby. I talked to my sister, and then I think I talked to my husband's sister, who both have kids, and went through it. And I think they even confirmed, like, you only have 2 ultrasounds, and then that's it. Because by the time you get to your 20-week ultrasound, like for me, I started feeling our baby move. And then after that, you feel them move even more, and then you see them moving, like from the outside, you can see them moving, like pressing and doing all that. So it's like, really, to see them on an ultrasound is only 2 times, which I think is crazy. But if the baby's doing good and all of that is good, then they really don't need to worry about it. I think they worry about it more as if they do the ultrasound at 20 week and they see something they're concerned about, like the baby's smaller than it should be or larger than it should be, or the brain activity isn't like where it should be, or the heart isn't where it should be. Or for us, at the end of our appointment, they did end up giving us photos. We also did end up finding out what our baby is, the gender, but right now I am not going to share that with you guys. We still have to tell some family members. So once everybody knows, I will let you guys know. I'll make a cute little video on that to let you guys know, but we were able to get a little photo this time. Last time we actually weren't able to get an actual like photo like this because their machine wasn't working or it was out of paper or something. So last time I did take a picture of it, but this time we were actually able to get an actual photo, and it was so cool just to see our baby. And like I said, they gave us these photos. I have photos on here that tell you the gender, and then we kind of sat for, I think, 10 minutes so the doctor that was on call there could look over everything and make sure that everything they saw was good. So after we waited for a little bit, he came in, he went through everything, said everything looks good, the measurements of how big they were good. Like there's like a percentage that they want the baby to be at your 20 week, and our baby is exactly where it should be. The fluid around the sac, the heartbeat, everything was great. which makes us feel really good. Like, as a pregnant woman, you just want everything to be good. You want a healthy baby, and to be told that our baby is 100% healthy and exactly where they should be just made me and my husband feel so much better. Because I don't know, and I'm pretty sure other women feel like this, like, for the first time you see the baby at 10 weeks and then up until 20 weeks, you worry and you stress and you have anxiety because you just want to know that the baby's okay and that the baby's healthy and everything is going good. And just to be confirmed that everything was going good made us feel really, really good. So the only thing that he was concerned about was that they were trying to get a picture of the baby's face. And their one concern is the area that they check is to make sure there's no cleft lip or cleft jaw or stuff like that, because obviously if there was something they were concerned about, then we would have to go back. So they were able to get a picture of the lip, and the lip is fully there. And he said, we are not concerned that there would be a cleft lip or cleft jaw, because usually if the lip is fully formed, then we're not worried about that. But he said because we couldn't fully see it, it totally was up to me and my husband to say, did we want to come back in a month and see if we couldn't get a better view of it? Or since he wasn't necessarily concerned, he said, you don't have to, because the lip is fully formed, so we're not worried about a cleft palate. Because if the lip was had something wrong with it, then they would recommend you need to come back so we can look at it. But since the lip was fully formed, he's like, it's perfectly fine. We're not worried about it. So we decided, you know what, it's okay. If the lip is fully there, then we're deciding that it's okay. We're just going to go with the fact that everything else was good and that he said that was good. So like I said, I think that if the doctor sees something that they are concerned about, you would probably have more ultrasounds just to make sure that the baby is growing the way it should be, or in your next ultrasound, what they think they saw is not what they see now. And I think that's just to reassure them that the baby is growing healthy and to reassure you that there is nothing more that's wrong, just to keep you in the loop and educated. So again, I think for any woman that goes in, you just want a healthy baby and to be told that your baby's doing good. And for us, it just it made me less anxious now to know that they're doing good and everything is the way it should be and we have a 100% healthy baby. And it just feels really good at this point. Like I said, I started feeling our baby move and boop and bop around. I am excited to be able to see them from the outside. I think by next week and going into the next few weeks, 21 to the rest of your pregnancy, you can start slowly seeing it from the outside, which is really exciting. Like I said, I can feel our baby moving around on the inside, just booping and bopping around, which is a really weird feeling when you're first pregnant with your first kid, because you don't know. For a long time, I didn't know that that's what I was feeling. And then I realized at first it was kind of tingling here and there, and then it was almost like a fish swimming around is what it kind of felt like. And then the bigger the baby got, the more the kicks and the pushes, I think with the hands was significant enough where I was oh, okay, that's the baby. So it was really neat, and I'm excited to just keep going. I think the other thing to keep in mind is for me, every time I see my OB doctor, they listen to the heartbeat every single time. So that kind of confirms this is what the heartbeat is beating at. This is what we want it to beat at. The baby's doing good. So like I said, I think it's just getting in your mind to realize you're probably only going to have 2 ultrasounds during your pregnancy, and then I think it's just normal after that every time you see your doctor, you just hear the heartbeat to make sure that the baby's doing good. I think I read at some point after this they start measuring your belly just to make sure your belly's growing at the rate that it should, because it's something to do with if your belly's growing, then that means the baby's growing as it should be. And if it's not, then I think they would also do an ultrasound just to make sure that the baby's doing good in there. I'm not completely sure. This is just kind of stuff I read online after your 20-week ultrasound. But really, you kind of just have to go with whatever the doctors say and whatever they recommend and figure out that along the way. But we have a healthy baby, and again, that makes us very grateful and blessed, you know, with our first child, and that everything is going exactly the way it should be. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because, again, I fully intended to take videos and stuff, but by the time we got in there and they started doing everything, and then when they asked us if we wanted to know the gender, and then after they told us that, like, everything was just emotional. And being, again, able to see our baby on that ultrasound and, you know, them kicking and moving and flopping and moving around, it just, like, it fills your heart. And it was one of those things where it's like, I kind of wish I would have got video of it, but then again, it's like, I liked just being in that moment and being able to be present and see our baby doing what it's doing and moving around, and just knowing that, like, everything's good. And it's, like, such a good feeling. And again, I love these moments where you could just be in the moment and you could just be fully present. And me and my husband were definitely fully present. Because it was 2 hours, there were times where I was kind of just, like, sitting there like, okay, how much longer is this going to take? And I think if our baby wasn't flipping and flopping and moving and putting their arms everywhere, it probably might have went a little bit faster. But because they were so wiggly, it was hard for them to get certain images at certain times. But again, they were able to get everything. Everything came back good. Healthy baby, and that's just everything you want to hear as a first-time mom. So again, I fully intended on doing this, like, when we got home, but by the time we got home, it was like 4 o'clock. Well, no, it was like 4 o'clock by the time we got out of the doctor. By the time we got closer to home, it was like 4:30. Then we got home, we were sitting. I did eat my leftover McDonald's, and then by the time I was done eating, it was like 5 o'clock, and then I was gonna go to bed. I go to bed around 5 anyways, so I was getting ready for bed, and I'm like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I just want to put on my PJs. I will talk to you guys the next day. And then again, like I said, I ended up getting sick, and I just haven't felt up to sitting in front of the camera and talking. But today I have definitely felt a little bit better and like myself, so I'm like, let's sit down and get this recorded for you guys before I forget. So I just wanted to share this little update with you guys. Again, I will do some type of gender reveal video once everybody knows. We are telling, my side of the family knows, but we are telling Ken's side of the family in person for his birthday, which is super exciting. And then, like I said, once everybody knows, I will definitely put a video together to tell you guys, because we are just so excited about the news. And again, think I told you guys that I was leaving that up to my husband. I fully, like, I wanted to know, but he was iffy about if he wanted to know or not. And I said, you know what? You decide what you want to do when we go. So he decided that when they asked, he would say yes or no. And when he said yes, I was like just so excited. So, you know, videos coming soon on that, but fully intend on getting more videos and putting stuff together for future stuff for you guys. But like I said, by the time we got there and then we were waiting and then we got in and then it was 2 hours, it was just a lot. So thanks for letting me sit down and, you know, go over everything with you guys. And I hope that you are enjoying these few videos so far. We started talking about paints for the nursery and just everything else in the nursery. I actually have stuff over here that Ken's sister gave me when we went into town that she used for her kids that I'm going to use for our baby. I also have to visit my mom and kind of go through all the stuff she saved for us for the baby, from my brother's kids that she saved for us, like a swing and all that. So once I kind of have everything, I'll go through it, just like I'll kind of go through what we get from our baby shower once we have all that stuff too, and then putting the nursery together. So there's definitely fun stuff coming your way. And I think I do want to put together a Valentine's Day video. I said to my husband, you know, this is the last time we're going to be able to do Valentine's Day, just me and you. And the last couple of years, we haven't really done anything for Valentine's Day just because we were saving money and we just really didn't want to do anything. But I told him this year I would like to put like just a little dinner together and put a little thing and have a day together on Friday for Valentine's Day, since this will be the last year of just celebrating me and him before the baby comes in June, because next year the baby will be here for Valentine's Day and we'll be able to celebrate in a totally different way, which will be so exciting. So that video will be coming up next for you guys. I'm excited to put that together. I kind of have ideas for all that, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. So thanks for letting me chat with you guys today. I'm hoping to feel better and 100% very soon and be back to normal. But being sick and pregnant is just a lot. And I think any woman knows being pregnant is a lot. So being sick on top of that has not been a great time. But I've been taking care of myself, drinking a lot of liquids, and resting. So again, thanks for letting me chat with you guys today, and I will talk to you again real soon in the next vlog. Bye, guys.